go outside, you don't talk. Very original.
What if I just hold my breath for the whole map?
But also, I don't think it's going to go better for Athletico than any of the previous maps have gone. Now, something different here is that Quats is going to go out and have a bit of a inspection with the Sombra. And that's going to force the changes for Order as they recognize the lineup that Athletico is running with the Bastion. Hanzo going to be fairly useful in dispatching of that, so too is the Farah.
Yuki's
just want to put a lot of damage.
Every time Yuki peaks, it's kind of like, oh.
Yeah, but they just want to put a lot of damage into this shield, break it before it comes back up, and that's really going to force Athletico out of their position. As you can see, exactly what's happening right now. Athletico can't really entrench themselves because of the barrage of damage that comes out from Hanzo and from Farah into that shield.
Yeah, it can definitely be difficult, but D-Field's going to find sight to start this one off. Order still trying to peek through, get some poke damage in, coming out from Yuki here with the Farah, but I'm not sure if it's having as good an impact or as big an impact even as it needs to right now. So just one or two heroes poking damage may not work out here for Order.
Not right now, but in a matter of time, I feel as though it will for Order. It's going to be a case of getting those ultimates up. We're looking for things like the Dragon Strike and like the self-destruct being the major area denials, which is really what's going to cause the problem for this Athletico roster.
See, Yuki's been shooting for a while, only up to 40%.
He's been shooting the shield.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really count.
It's like, remember when Overwatch came out and the damage... Well, never mind. Let's hold off on that because there's a dive coming in.
You can hear tank mode coming out as well. Going to find Yuki there. And look, Athletico not doing a bad job here on defense, to be perfectly honest. You can hear the supercharger coming through also. Sitting here on the point. Goobs hasn't used his ultimate yet. Neither has Eevee. 2 minutes on the clock, so 2 minutes down, 2 minutes remains, and as you said, Jordan, that Dragon Strike could really be the kicker.
Yeah, and Athletico just really slowing things down there with the Bongo, but as soon as that disappears, Order will push in off the back of the Dragon Strike. Like I said, a lot of space being provided by that.
Yeah. Look, Ford's going to try and make their way back onto the point behind the shield. Self-destruct coming through as well. Aita does have a Riptide. The question is, do you use it right now? Or do you hold on to it for the next point?
I don't think you use it right now because Yuki's just going to absolutely smash you in the face regardless. You probably want to use the Riptire on the first fight because, on the first point I should say, because yeah, you're going to swap off to Goats for the second anyway. What I was saying earlier was, remember back when Overwatch came out and the damage number counted the damage you put into shields? That would have been Yuki like sitting there like, guys, I'm doing gold damage.
You've got gold damage.
Why are we winning?
Got gold damage.
And he's literally just shooting the Orisa shield the whole time.
Yeah. Wow. Are you really the people in my matches? Anyway. Quats already has Primal Rage as well. Potential here for Jordation to throw on that ultimate, and that could cause a bit of damage right now. Look at Quats straight into that. Oh dear, the nano boosted Primal Rage. It's insane. Just as we were about to talk about it. Oh my goodness, that's a Macca's play of the game right there. You don't see that very often.
What an absolute machine.
Oh dear.
If I have not
the nano rage
ever seen a better Primal Rage in AU Contenders than that one.
I love it. We haven't seen very many Winstons with Arnas, to be honest.
No,
either.
That's true.
So there isn't as much opportunity, I suppose. So we'll take it. And what was an average first point for Order was a very quick objective B. 4:41 remaining on the clock for them. So not bad at all. Look, I'll give Athletico credit for... they bought themselves a lot of time at the start, right? And I think Order were willing to give up that amount of time by the looks of things and the way that they played that out. Just unfortunately for Athletico, they couldn't follow it up with a decent defense on the second objective.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Athletico looking for maybe Sombra Goats on the defense here. It's going to be no Brigitte.
On the offense.
On the offense, I should say. That's correct. That's why I keep you around here. Pretty much the only reason, though.
I don't think anyone else wants to cast with you, Jordan. We asked around the office. Anyone want to? No. No one put
because they don't want to sit in your seat and use that headset.
Wow. You could bring your own.
Too smelly and old.
Oh, you're so mean. Anyway, What do we think here? Do we think that this is it's going to be tough?
I do like Sombra Goats.
Yeah.
If it ends up actually being Sombra Goats, but typically in that case you'd be switching out the D.Va, I would have thought. So we'll see if D-Field's just going to do this as a bit of a scouting thing, although the fact that he's thrown the Translocator not in the spawn makes me think that he's actually going to commit to this. I don't know, he looks like he's going to go back, but I didn't need to have the Translocator in the spawn to begin with. That's my question.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. They're going to swap off. Zol is going to go on to the Sombra. So, okay, that's weird, but alright. We're back to square one, but we still have Sombra Goats.
Yeah, and no D.Va.
Indeed.
In D.Va.
Not sure who that hack went on to, but it certainly wasn't the Winston.
Yeah, went on to Adam. And you can see as a result, Adam going to get DMAC there by Zol as well. So nice little follow-up from the team. That's a good little first opening for them, but Athletico now need to follow this back up as the shield gets up to about 1,300. You're going to try and follow this onto the Winston. Actually, you see the shield bash coming through as well, I think. Yep. So that's less than ideal for Quats, but the heals coming through nice and strong. And it's actually Athletico who look less than healthy after all of that.
Yeah, Zol in particular, very low. It does get the heals back up, but he's going to be out of this fight, I feel. Primal Rage for Quats when he goes low. It's not going to mean too much of a problem for him, and certainly a big one for Goobs.
Well, yeah, he's trying to find Goobs, but...
Oh, he almost knocked him too far away.
Goobs does go down, but out of that whole Primal Rage, all we saw was a 1v1 between a Winston and a Zen off the points.
I think you've been spoiled by his last Primal Rage, Ben, but in this case, I feel like that's a fairly effective use of the Primal Rage. You get the Zen out of the fight. Not only does that mean less healing, it also means less Discord Orbs, and obviously once you do eventually eliminate the Zen, that's going to be fantastic.
Not very entertaining though, is it?
No, maybe not, I guess. But Zen is the prime target really for the Primal Rage because he doesn't have any mobility.
When you look at
the rest of the roster there for Athletico, all has mobility to get out of the Primal Rage in a way, or at least make it more difficult to hit.
Look at these ults, Jordan. 5 ultimates available, soon to be 6 here for Athletico. And Quats going down, start things off. Surely this is a fight Athletico can win.
We shall see. There is a Graviton Surge for Sign. No self-destruct just yet for Adam. EMP is important for Zol. We did see him have problems with that last time they played on Horizon Lunar Colony against Legacy.
I guess the point is, right, Athletico do eventually, Order do eventually need to come onto the point if they're going to contest.
There's EMP out.
So maybe we're waiting to throw it down. It hits 4, that's not bad. Earthshatter comes through for 4 as well.
Well done by Yuki.
Nice work. Sound barrier, Sign very healthy right now, up to 70% energy as well, soon to be 100. And the fight that I said, surely Athletico can win this one, eventually goes across to Order. They get to 85% on objective A, but Order will knock them back down to 2 ticks.
That was it for Athletico. Like, that was the do or die fight, and unfortunately they don't make it work. Whatever roster swaps Athletico make here, I don't think it makes a difference at all. That was the fight where they had EMP, where they had all of their ultimates, and they just weren't able to quite finish off Order. So unless we see something pretty magical out from Athletico here, should be Order with the full hold on Horizon Lunar Colony. Sign does get caught a bit, but he has a personal bubble, backs away.
A D-Field low, D-Field down, Quats finds another, and that's the end of that fight. 25 seconds on the clock. Athletico with half their players already in the bin here, Jordan. Quats, where are you going? You're not going to be able to chase a Lucio or catch a Lucio, surely. Like Grandpa chasing a kid on rollerblades.
Thought he was the Primal Raging Winston, but in fact he's only a Reinhardt.
Yeah. And look at this Reinhardt with an Earthshatter straight through. 4 goes to try and charge into the point, but it's not going to happen. Someone gets there. Not sure who. Probably Zol, maybe, on the Wrecking Ball. Yeah. So, anyway, it does not matter, Jordan. Athletico will fall short of the first objective. Order will lock down the series 3-0 with 1 map remaining. So congratulations to Order. pretty easy one for them. Impressive on the attack, impressive on the defense.
Yeah, look, not too much to say about it, apart from Quats is an absolute animal with Winston. Enjoyed that, at least. I don't think Athletico really enjoyed much of what happened there. To be fair, again, you see Athletico go for something a little bit out of the ordinary. It does take a little bit of time for Order to recognize what they need to do and how to play around it. But I think when we look at teams playing against non-standard GOATS compositions, it is quite easy to see which teams have that experience and which teams don't have that experience. Straight away, as soon as Order sees what they're up against, they go back to spawn, they swap off, and they play around that Bastion, that Orisa pretty well. They don't throw too much damage into it. They don't allow too much ultimate to be charged up on that defensive side. They just play slow and steady. They don't need to commit too much. And eventually they find that mistake. They find that opening from Athletico. I think if you put that team composition that Athletico ran on the defense there up against a weaker team that hasn't played as much Overwatch Contenders, hasn't played just as much Overwatch in general in a competitive environment than what Order has, it takes them a lot longer to break that. And maybe they don't break it. But Order, it took them a while, but it always looked like they were going to break it eventually. Yeah,
for sure. And that's that was obviously the end result. So congrats to Order 3-0. Now up against Athletico, but as we always say, Jordan, maps are important, and one more map
Very
remains.
important for Athletico at this point as well.
Yeah, well, they need to find something, and maybe, Jordan, they can find it on Junkertown. Look, we've seen some interesting Junkertown games earlier on in the season. There was some craziness in there. I'm ready for a little bit of Athletico craziness right now. I don't know. I think the thing is, right, that we don't actually see this map very often, so there is potential for an upset.
Yeah, there's potential for both teams to run the double sniper setup, at least on point A.
We saw a lot of that last time, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And I think for both of these teams, they have an interest, at least, in going on to that. Jordation, he's hovering Hanzo right now. I wonder if they're going to play the triple DPS for Order, which I've been wanting to see all season long, Ben. I've been saying, man, they have 3 DPS players. Why aren't they playing triple DPS? Put Jordation on the Hanzo, of course. We talked about that a lot in Season 2. One of the best, or maybe even the best Hanzo in the region at the time. We'll see if that still persists. Yuki onto the Bastion, signed onto the Widowmaker. I'm loving this. I'm a fan already, Order.
All right, let's see how this goes out, to be fair. Order's had a pretty good day so far today. So, whoop.
Wow.
Where are we going?
Stealth mission.
Are we waiting? Are we waiting for it to come back up? No?
Oh, no way. Well, Sonic Arrow is obvious for Order that Athletico is sitting in there. I assume Athletico would be aware of that, but they don't know that Sign gotten around the back.
No.
And it's going to reap all kinds of havoc. They've got nowhere that they can be safe from all 3 of those targets.
Yuki up on the high ground as well with the Bastion, so they're not even safe. They try and come out and contest as well. They're just hiding inside, and to be fair, what else can they do? See the Hulk come through. Reinhardt goes down. Yuki finds 2 kills. Be able to get onto the payload as well, should they even want to. And, well...
Yeah, that's pretty much textbook from Order. Use that verticality, use the extra mobility that your characters have available.
It's pirate ship, except half the team's not even on the ship, and the sail's not on the ship, and the cannon's not on the ship. What even is this? It's pirate ship, except they've got like turret-mounted cannons on islands and stuff.
But yeah, that's exactly what Order needs to do. Make Athletico sort of split their attention. Well, that's
that
not a
was
very
a good
shield.
one. Yeah, nice.
Klotz, you should be playing Winston, mate. I don't know about your Orisa.
At least they're giving Athletico something to work with here. There we go, back up onto the high ground with Yuki. Swaps to configuration tank to get out of dodge. Now back into the swing of things here. Order sitting on so many ultimates as well. Look, do you swap off now that you've got the first objective, the first checkpoint?
I guess theoretically the answer is yes. If you want to look at this from what is the best composition standpoint.
Look at this double. Look, just melee Bastion. That's not how it's supposed to work, Yuki.
I don't know. I feel like getting punched by a robot probably is a little bit painful.
You think I could do the voiceover for Junkertown? Consider yourself warned.
Sandman is here.
Yeah, I reckon
Where's
I could do
my cake?
Exactly. All right, here comes the Dragon Strike. It's going through the middle, but it's not going to find anyone. But it doesn't matter. The payload keeps moving. Athletico are going to need to contest. At least they have the grab, can throw that in. Chordation caught out as well, trying to jump down. They can follow it up the Supercharger. Not going to do much here either for Order. I think now it is time to swap off, surely.
Well, I mean, if there was going to be a time where you would swap off, it would be this one. You've thrown in most of the ultimates. Yuki does still have tank form. Tank form's not even that good, mate. He's just trying to relive the moments when he's in the gym, because he's a bit of a tank there as well, Ben.
Right. You're a goose.
Yeah, like if we were going to see order change, I think it probably would have happened now.
Yeah.
Admittedly, they probably can force another 1 or 2 fights here and still have time to charge those ults on goats if they really want it. But it is obviously a little bit more difficult to make this composition work in the more enclosed angles and spaces that Phase B of the map does provide.
All right, Atletico sitting on 4 ultis. 4 is going to pop the Primal Rage as well. You can see Adam, Quats and Yuki all taking damage, but it's Sign getting around the back, looking for some picks. He's got free reign. Well, he did. But now, no one's even fighting near him, and it's a little bit too little too late. As the rest of his team does go down, and now they will swap.
Yeah. No more fun allowed, boys.
Yuki just wanted to use his tank form.
Yeah.
All of that, a whole 30 seconds just so Yuki could pretend to be a tank.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's okay.
This is a good change, though, for Order. You know, it was quite obvious and evident that it was not working. Now they can go back to the standard composition, which they know they can beat Athletico with. They've been able to do it for the majority of this match.
It is quite aggressive, is the play from Athletico, but it's going to catch Goobs out. Adams also grabbed the grab. And yeah, that looked like it could have been a big play coming out from Athletico. A little bit over-eager perhaps, or more so. It's just tough playing against this Order lineup. And 50% of the time, you're going to find that there's a right click coming out there from Adam. Into the field, the grab goes. Like it's not like there's anywhere else for it to go, you know what I mean? You're straight down the throat.
Yeah, exactly.
Hard to miss.
Hungry hippos.
Yeah. Except Hungry Hippos, except it's one lane.
Exactly. So see how easy that is?
Yeah. You can't even lose, mate. You literally just hold your mouth open. Anyway. Evie ready with the sound barrier. Throws it out straight away. Probably the right play, to be perfectly honest. Self-destruct coming through, not finding anyone.
Zol's like, where do I go? Where can I even get heals down here?
Yeah. Oh, look at this. The damage coming out from Order as well. Atletico going to get cleaned up here. Checkpoint B going to be secured as they head towards the final objective.
Isolating those key targets. Nicely done from Order. Self-destruct also providing a fair bit of room. Adam getting a good one in, even if it didn't really do too much damage per se. Four and Cubes do go down early, trying to push for positioning, and of course Order will be able to punish them for that. Sign is having trouble climbing up because he hit his head on the roof, but now he finally gets back. We're good.
All right, Order on the high ground, even though the attacking side, you'd think normally be the defending side up here, but unfortunately Atletico not going to have an opportunity to get up to the giant metal cog. Simply spinning round and round and round. Looking for a good grab is Sign. Doesn't want to throw it into the Diva, however. Maybe underneath would work. Oh, nice barrier as well coming out from Quads. And yes, 4 is going to get isolated as they run through underneath. T-Field going to go down in the back line as well. Not much being thrown out here at all by Order, though, to be fair. Atletico still sitting on 3 ultimates of their own. Zol takes a bit of damage. Atletico forced to fall back. The payload continues to move forward. One last fight potentially remains here at Objective C.
It'd be a good one for Order if they win it.
Oh, Zol catches out the grab from Sign. That's a big play. Self-destruct coming through as well, but it doesn't even matter. Adam manages to find the hole in one, even though there's no hole.
Where is that? Where did that even come from for Adam? There was no grab. Shadow maybe from Quats. I didn't really catch all of it. Whatever the case, it looked like it should be an Athletico win with the amount of the ults they had. That Shadow was cancelled by Yuki as well.
big plays.
Goodness me.
Woo.
Well, Athletico, I mean, on paper, when you looked at how both teams were coming into that fight, Athletico had the advantage. They had almost all their ultimates. In fact, I think they had all of them. Order had like 2 or 3, and then the grab gets eaten. And you're like, okay, Order probably loses from here. Then Adam gets through with a self-destruct somewhere, somehow.
I feel like Adam threw it into the grab, but it wasn't his team's grab, right? And just everyone was in there anyway. But I'm not... Like, it kind of felt like Athletico followed up into their own grab, but Adam's self-destruct was in the middle of it, and no one was defending against it. I'm not sure if a shield was knocked down or what happened there, but whatever the case, Order are going to find all 3 objectives here on Junktown and do so with 32 seconds to spare. So they do leave themselves in a reasonable spot to lock this down 4-0, and I think they would be very happy with that.
Yeah. They would have been unhappy with anything else, put it that way. I think a 4-0, yeah, you could say they'd be happy with that, but maybe I think for Order in this case, they'd just be like, okay, we've done our job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll be happy with it, but they would have been unhappy with anything less. Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
And those negative emotions would have been much, much stronger than the positive emotions that they'll have from this 4-0, because really the 4-0 is almost the bare minimum that Order should be able to achieve in this match. They're right on their way to doing that. Quads will go on to the Winston again, but no other shenanigans. Well, I say that, but look at where Order set themselves up. Going to try and jump on top of Athletico, who won't have any idea where they are, although the scouting is good from the attacking side, and it does force Order just away a bit.
They've seen them now, yeah. Everyone's going to jump off the garage and get booped off there by Evie, so decent play coming out from the Lucio. Goops, though, the first one down. And Athletico going to scurry back into their spawn like a trapdoor spider, Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Been poked with a piece of grass.
Adam being that piece of grass right now, isn't he?
Yeah. Goops goes down again. Jordation going to get the better of his counterpart. It's definitely a tough start here for Athletico on Junktown.
Don't you think it would be cool if Brigitte got an Australian skin and she had a fly swatter?
A fly swatter?
Yeah. I was just thinking about that, looking at D-Field going...
Well, what's the shield then?
I don't know, a barbecue lid? A Weber? Like the lid of a Weber?
A garbage bin lid, Jordan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what we need. Garbage bin lid and a fly swatter, or even a thong on a
big giant... Oh, a giant inflatable pool thong!
Yeah.
All
right, which probably cards the game.
Blizzard, hire us.
Oh! Again, the grab coming through. Adam is going to eat that one. And it's not looking good right now for Athletico. Yeah, we can do all sorts of things. We can cast Contenders. I can do voiceovers for Junktown. And we can help design heroes.
Skins.
Yeah, skins.
Probably not so good at designing.
Not probably good at designing heroes. No,
yeah.
Probably not. Oh, Quad's coming through in the back line. The Primal Rage going to be popped as well. Right in the thick of things, but he's just going to hold back. Happy for them, again, to go back into spawn. They come out, they get as far as they can, and they all run back in hide. I said, you know, like a trapdoor spider, but maybe it's like, you know, like when you see all the crabs on the beach and you walk down and they all just run back into their little hole. It's kind of more like that, I suppose. But they're getting somewhere now. 1:45 on the clock. The payload continues to move. Grab going to come through from Sign. They need to follow it up with damage, however. Athletico trying to counter, but 4's gone down. Goobs doing what Goobs can. The self-destruct is just a little bit too much damage all at the same time.
Sometimes you just need more Goobs, man. But unfortunately, Athletico... I mean, what can they do right now? It really feels like they are being spawn camps.
Well, they are.
The individual mechanics are just far too strong for Order.
Yeah.
There's no real chance that Order loses from here, I don't think. 2 support ultimates available on the defensive side. There should be more than enough to keep them alive through whatever Athletico throws at them.
All right, Athletico back now onto the payload. They are running out of time. They need to get to the first checkpoint sooner rather than later. Adam almost getting caught out there, just lurking from behind. Ata has the grab available as well. So we're looking for a big grab play. Unfortunately, it's going to be tough to damage enough through this double support ultimate that Order is sitting on.
Rav got eaten there again. Nicely done from Sol, but is it enough to win the fight? I don't know. Gribbs has already been slammed by Jordation.
It certainly at least swings things in Athletico's favour just a little bit. They need to follow it up with a good grab of their own, which we'll see their self-destruct looking to come down. The shield's up on top. It's not going to be enough. Hunter and Jordation almost simultaneously popping their ultimates as well. 4 about to go down, will go down throughout the Earth Shatter, but nothing really came from it. 7 seconds on the clock. The Transcendence from Goobs is the last hope here for Athletico. But as we've said for the rest of this match, unfortunately, Order just outclassing this Athletico lineup today. To be fair, it was to be expected, Jordan.
Yeah.
But if Athletico really wanted to have a chance, they needed to find something. Now, they find themselves at the end of week 4 with no maps on the board.
Well, I guess it's technically not over yet. Atletico do have a big spawn advantage, but it seems like it's not long for this world. Adam is still here, fairly healthy. A rally, actually, I think, coming out there from Yuki. That's going to be a big bonus, and that is going to be enough, surely, to sustain Order through this hectic fight.
They're doing what they can, but it won't be enough.
There we go.
And eventually, the 3-0 will come out here on Junktown for Order.
The 4-0 in the entire series as well.
Yeah, and there you go. So, good day for Order, a less good day for Athletico, but there were some good moments in that, and to be fair, at the end of Lijiang Tower, Jordan, we were like, oh, there was nothing good that we could take away for this, right? There was nothing here that we go, at least that was good for Athletico, at least that was good for Athletico. By the end of the match, there were definitely points that we can look back on and say, hey, that was pretty good.
The thing for me, though, is that like last week, I think, was a better performance from Athletico against Sydney Drop Bears than this week was against Order. So, I don't know. There's not so much consistency there, it feels like. Last week, I sort of thought, okay, maybe Atletico's starting to come back in. But realistically, today, on not a single one of those maps did it look like Atletico was actually going to win, if that makes sense. So, need to obviously go back to the drawing board once again. Now down 0-3 for Athletico. Season is definitely looking quite grim.
Yeah, it's not in a great position, though. As we said, where's this self-destruct? Here it is. Oh, it was the Earth Shatter. Yeah,
I didn't see the shatter.
Yeah, nice work. Nice work from Quats. There was very little that they could do about that, really, to deal with it. But the benefit, Jordan, of this 7-week regular season is that even though it's the end of week 4 and Athletico doesn't have a win to their name, but they still have 3 weeks. And to be fair, 3 weeks is probably enough. 3 good weeks is enough to get you into the top 6, which then at least still gives you a shot at making your way through the playoffs. Yeah, exactly. It's enough, but whether or not we're going to be able to see Athletico make that resurgence still remains to be seen. They do at least have the game against Mindfreak, but from what we've seen from Mindfreak so far this season, you know, it's been fairly impressive, I thought. Regardless, though, that's Order with another 4-0, so they'll be happy. That's going to put themselves up a little bit further. We'll see how Blank goes in their next matchup as to whether they kind of stay head-to-head with Order or not. But when we do eventually get to see that Blank versus Order matchup, that is going to be super, super cool because they're so tight right now. Yeah, that'll be a pretty cool game. I'm not sure which week we see it. But, might be next week, I think, just off the top of my head, but I can't say for sure. But I think that definitely, you know, outside of the Sydney Drop Bears Order match, you know, you're looking at that second, third place match. That's probably the next best game. Maybe it even is going to be a better game than the Sydney Drop Bears Order match. I don't think that game was a very good game, right? So we amped it up, but at the end of the day, it was probably not the right time of the season, particularly with the changes Order had made. It wasn't the best match, but that Blank Order matchup could be it's going to be an important one, but it could also be a very good match. However, right now, it's time for another Macca's play of the game. A McDonald's Australia play of the game was Order up against Athletico. This is going to be Quats on Winston. Yeah, no surprises here at all. Hey, obviously, he does get that nano boost, and then 3 with the Primal Rage just locking them up in the corner. And into spawn as well. Yeah, just catches Sol as well with the Fists of Fury. But that's like absolutely gorgeous because there's literally nothing those guys can do about it. Yeah. Onto 3, make it 4 squishies there as well, right up in the corner. There's no way for them to get out. It's perfect use of a nano-boosted Primal Raid. So congratulations to Quats. Quarter pounder for Quats.
Quarter pounder for Quats, maybe 2 or 3 after that, because that was a very, very impressive play of the game. One of the most impressive, I think, of the season. I always really like seeing Primal Rage play of the games, because they're, I don't know, maybe it's because I play a bit of main tank, but there always seems to be something there that looks really cool.
It is cool though, right? That's the thing. I guess that's the thing.
Not
it's
so
not
much
like it's occurring over there or over there. It's like right in your face. You're going these ones.
Yeah. It's not like a Q to win button either, because there is quite a bit of skill, mechanical skill involved with the Primal Rage. So I always enjoy watching them.
Me too. Well, guys and girls, that is halfway through our day. Coming up next, it's going to be a very interesting match. Blank up against Legacy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after